It was 11:47 p.m. when my world cracked open. My phone buzzed with a message from a girl I didn't know. "You deserve to know the truth." My fingers hovered over the screen, heart pounding so hard I could hear it. Something inside me already knew this wasn't spam. This was personal. I opened the message and saw screenshots, messages between her and my boyfriend, Jake. Flirty, intimate, unmistakable. My chest tightened like I couldn't breathe. I wanted to believe it was a mistake, a prank, anything but what it looked like. But as I scrolled through the proof, every illusion I'd built around us began to crumble. That one message changed everything, my love, my trust, and the story I thought I was living. Before Jake, I was lighthearted, that girl who believed love fixed things. We met at a mutual friend's party. He made everyone laugh, but when he looked at me, it felt like the world went quiet. He was attentive, thoughtful, always asking about my dreams. I remember thinking, finally, someone who sees me. Our first months were perfect, surprise picnics, late-night drives, endless "I miss you" texts. My friends envied what we had. I thought I'd found the kind of love that only happens once. If only I'd known how good liars can make love look. The cracks began small. Missed calls, short replies, a new busy season at work. I told myself it was normal, relationships go through ups and downs, right? But it was the way he'd smile at his phone, then lock the screen when I walked in. The way he smelled faintly of perfume that wasn't mine. Each red flag I painted pink. I told myself I was overthinking because that's what he always said. "You worry too much, babe." And maybe I did, but only because I already felt something. I asked him once if something was wrong. He sighed. "You're imagining things." That should have been my cue to leave, but I stayed. Because love teaches us to fight, even when the other person already gave up. The more distant he became, the harder I tried, planning dates, leaving notes, cooking his favorite meals. Each effort was met with the same hollow smile. It felt like hugging a shadow, close enough to touch. One night I saw a tagged photo, Jake with a girl I didn't recognize. Her caption read, "Best night ever, 2 hearts." My chest tightened. I clicked her profile, pretty, confident, gym selfies, mirror pics, and likes from Jake on every post. I asked him about her, trying to sound casual. He laughed. "She's just a friend." But that laugh didn't reach his eyes. I wanted to believe him, but something in my gut whispered. That night, I fell down a digital rabbit hole. Her posts, his comments, tagged photos, shared locations, everything started connecting. Then I noticed other girls he interacted with, same patterns, same flirty captions. My mind raced as I pieced together a story he never told me. I barely slept. My heart hurt like it knew what my mind refused to say. This man wasn't mine alone. I finally messaged one of them, the gym girl. My hands shook as I typed, "Hey, do you know Jake?" Seconds later, she replied, "Yeah, why?" My throat tightened. I told her I was his girlfriend, silence. Then she said, "I thought he was single." I stared at the screen, numb. The truth was starting to take shape, and it was uglier than anything I'd imagined. She called me. Her voice trembled when she said, "He told me he broke up with you months ago." I felt like I'd been punched. She described his apartment, the clothes he wore, even the nickname he used for both of us. I realized then I wasn't the exception. I was the pattern. By the end of that call, I wasn't crying yet. I was shaking, the kind of trembling that comes before everything falls apart. Once the first truth surfaced, others followed. I reached out to another girl, then another. One said they'd been together 3 months. Another, 6. One thought they were exclusive. He'd been dating 4 of us simultaneously. 4, each girl thought she was the only one. He'd copied messages, recycled gifts, even reused the same "I love you" lines. He wasn't just We made a group chat, all 5 of us, me and the 4 other women Jake had been with. We compared screenshots, texts, voice notes. Every overlap was like a dagger, same dates, same words, same promises. There were tears, anger, laughter through disbelief. None of us were crazy. We were just victims of the same performance, and he was the lead. We decided to confront him, not with rage, but with truth. One of the girls still had his house key. He'd forgotten to take it back. We agreed on Saturday night. It felt like preparing for a heist, except what we were stealing back was our self-respect. I didn't know if I wanted revenge or closure, maybe both. But I knew one thing. He wasn't walking away. He opened the door and froze, 5 women staring at him. "What is this?" he muttered. I stepped forward. "This," I said, "is the truth catching up to you." He tried to talk, joke, charm his way out, but no one smiled. We had receipts, screenshots, proof. His face changed from confusion to panic. For the first time, I saw who he really was, not a charming man, but a coward cornered by his own lie. "You're all overreacting," he shouted. "It wasn't serious with any of you." His words sliced deeper than any confession could. To him, our love wasn't love, it was convenience. We were stepping stones for his ego. I felt something break inside me, not my heart that had already shattered, but my illusion of him. The man I loved never existed. I didn't scream or beg. I just walked out into the rain. Each step felt heavier than the last. My clothes were soaked, my makeup ruined, but I didn't care. I remember thinking, this can't be real. But it was. Every lie, every "I love you," every moment fake. I stood under the streetlight, shaking as thunder rolled in. The storm outside finally matched the one inside me. One of the girls posted our story on social media. Screenshots, timelines, everything. It went viral overnight. People called him out. Friends texted me in disbelief. I didn't feel revenge, just relief. The truth was finally out, louder than his lies. For once, his mask was gone. The days after were quiet, painfully quiet. I blocked his number, deleted his photos, started therapy. Healing wasn't about forgetting him. It was about forgiving myself for ignoring the signs. I'd been so focused on loving him that I forgot to protect me. Slowly, I started remembering who I was before him, and realizing I liked that girl better. The girls and I stayed in touch. It's strange, out of one man's lies, we built something real. We check in on each other, share life updates, laugh about how ridiculous it all was. We turned our pain into connection. Sometimes the best friendships are born from shared. He never apologized, not once. Months later, I saw him posting pictures with a new girl, same captions, same smile. I didn't feel anger anymore, just pity. Because people like him never change, they repeat, and I refuse to be part of that cycle again. A year later, I barely recognized that version of me, the girl who begged for answers. Now I wake up grateful, free. I learned boundaries, self-worth, and how to trust my instincts. I'm not bitter, I'm better. Sometimes you have to lose the wrong person to find yourself again. If you've ever been betrayed, remember this. Their lies don't define your worth, you do. The truth might shatter you, but it also sets you free. Sometimes the only way light gets in is through the cracks, and now I shine brighter because of them.